Today we'll be learning how to make this beautiful bag on your screen. So let's get right into the video. So we'll be making use of sugar bead 0.7 fishing line, then our scissors so that our bag is going to be firm very well. Then the next thing to do is to cut the enough fishing line that you know you can handle. Then put the mouth together, insert four bead, then interlock with the fourth bead and drag it down as you see me doing. The next thing to do is to be putting one bead in each fishing line, then interlock with third bead as you see me doing and drag it down. Then insert one bead on each fishing line, then interlock with one bead as you see me doing and then drag it down. The next thing to do is to be putting one bead in each fishing line, then interlock with the third bead as you see me doing, then drag it down. Make sure you firm it very well so that your work is going to be look neat. Then the next thing to do is to be put one bead on each fishing line, then interlock with the third bead and drag it down. So the next thing to do is to put one bead on each fishing line, then interlock with one bead. We'll continue doing this until we get to the 8 rings on our first row, because we are going to be making use of 9 rings on the first row. So once we get to the 8th ring, so the next thing to do is to make a turn with 9th ring. So we are on our 8th ring. The next thing to do is to pick any side of the fishing line, then insert 3 bead on that side, on that fishing line, then interlock with the third bead as you see me doing, then drag it down. So the next thing to do on our second row is to pick the fishing line that is facing up, then insert 3 bead on that fishing line, then make a cross with the third bead, then drag it down as you see me doing. So after that, you are going to be picking the fishing line, your right fishing line, then insert it into the next bead, then pull it out. Then your left fishing line, you are going to be inserting 2 bead on that fishing line, then make a cross with the second bead, with second fishing line, drag it down. So the next thing to do is to be inserting your fishing line, your right fishing line, into the next bead, then pull it out. So pick your left fishing line, then insert 2 bead on that left fishing line, then make a cross with the second bead, then drag it down. The next thing to do is to be putting your fishing line into the next bead, your right fishing line to the next bead, then your left fishing line, you are going to be inserting 2 bead on that fishing line, then make a cross with the second bead, then drag it down as you see me doing. Make sure you firm it very well. So the next thing to do is to be putting your fishing line into the next bead, then insert 2 bead into that fishing line, then make a cross with the second bead, then drag it down. So the next thing to do is to be inserting your fishing line to the next bead, your right fishing line to the next bead, then insert 2 bead on that fishing line, then make a cross with the second bead and drag it down. So you continue till you get to the 8 rings on that row. So putting your fishing line, your right fishing line to the next bead, then insert 2 bead on your left fishing line, then make a cross with second bead. So as you see me doing. So the next thing to do is to be putting your right fishing line into the last bead. Then that same fishing line, you are going to be inserting 2 bead on that fishing line, then make a cross with the second bead. Then make a cross. That will be the end of our second row. We are on our 3rd row. The next thing to do is to pick the fishing line facing up, then insert 3 bead on that fishing line, then make a cross with the other fishing line and drag it down. Then the next thing to do is to put your right fishing line into the next bead, then insert 2 bead on your left fishing line, then make a cross with second bead and drag it down. Then the next thing to do is to put your right fishing line into the next bead and insert 2 bead on your left fishing line and drag it down. You will continue with this method until you get to your 8th ring on our 3rd row. So we are on our 8th ring on our third row. So the next thing to do is to put your right fishing line into the last bead, and that same fishing line, insert 2 beads on that fishing line, then make a cross with the second bead, and that will be the last thing to do on our third row. We'll continue to be doing this until we get to the length in the actual length that we are going to be using for our beaded bag. So this will be the end of the plate of our beaded bag. Proceeding to the side of the bag, but before that, let me show you how to knit your bag. You are not meant to cut the remaining fishing line, and what you are going to do is by running the fishing line around the beaded bag, as you see me doing. What I meant by running the fishing line around the beaded bag is that by inserting your fishing line into the bead one after the other, and do that for like 10 to 15 beads on the back of each side of the fishing line, as you see me doing, to the side of the beaded bag. So I've did the first side of the back of camera, so we are going to be beading the second side now. So what I did there is that I counted 9 for both sides, like 9 rows for both sides. So, and the bottom of the bag will be 7. So I'm going to be putting my fishing line into the bead, as you see me doing, into one of the bottom and one by the side. So then picking the fishing line that is facing up and insert 2 beads into that fishing line and make a cross with the second bead. So the next thing to do is to insert your right fishing line into the next bead and insert 2 beads into your left fishing line and make a cross with the second bead, and drag it down and insert your right fishing line into the next bead, then insert 2 beads into the left fishing line, then make a cross with the second bead. We'll continue with this process till we get to the 6th rings at the bottom of our beaded bag. So we are the 6th ring. So the next thing to do is to insert your fishing line to the next bead, then one by the side of the beaded bag, then pick any of the fishing line, insert 1 bead, and make a cross with that same 1 bead. Make it firm very well. Make sure that your bag is firm very well. Then the next thing to do is to pick the fishing line that is facing up, then insert it into the 1 bead, as you see me doing, the next bead, then insert 2 beads into that same fishing line, then make a cross with the other fishing line. Then the next thing to do is to pick your fishing line that is facing down, then insert it into the next bead, then pick the fishing line that is facing up, then insert 2 beads, make a cross with the second bead. So the next thing to do after dragging it down, then pick the fishing line that is facing down, insert it into the next bead, then insert 2 beads into the fishing line, into the fishing line that is facing up, then make a cross with that same bead. The next thing to do is to insert your fishing line into the bead that is facing down, then insert 2 beads into the fishing line that is facing up, then make a cross with the second bead. The next thing to do is to insert your fishing line into the bead, into the next bead, then insert 2 beads into that fishing line, into the fishing line that is facing up, then you will call that fishing line left, then the one that is facing up, you will call it right. So insert 2 beads into the left fishing line, then make a cross with the second bead. The next thing to do is to insert your fishing line to the next bead, then one by the side of the beaded bag, then that same fishing line, insert 1 bead in that fishing line and make a cross with that same bead. So the next thing to do is to pick your fishing line and insert it into the bead as you see me doing, then insert 2 beads on that same fishing line, then make a cross with the second bead. The next thing to do is to insert your fishing line into this next bead as you see me doing, then insert 2 beads into the left fishing line, make a cross with the second bead. The next thing to do is to insert your fishing line into the next bead, then insert 2 beads into the left fishing line, then make a cross with the second bead. So we continue with this process till we get to the end of the side of the beaded bag. So this is the body of our beaded bag, and we are going to be learning how to make the handle of the beaded bag. Let's get right into it. The first thing that you are going to be doing is to cut the fishing line, the enough fishing line that you are going to be using. Insert 4 beads on that fishing line, then make a cross with the 4th bead, like normal ring, like our first ring, and we are making use of 15 rings. So the next thing to do is to insert one bead on the right fishing line, one bead by the left fishing line, then make a cross with the third bead as you see me doing. So the next thing to do is to insert one bead on the right fishing line, one bead on the left fishing line, and make a cross with the other bead, with the third bead. We are going to be continue with this process until we get to the 14th rings. I'll be right back. So we are on our 14th ring. So the next thing to do is to pick any of this fishing line, then insert 3 bead on that fishing line, then make a cross with the third bead. So that will be the end of our first row of the handle. So the next thing to do is to pick that same fishing line, the left fishing line, the fishing line that is facing up, insert 3 bead on that fishing line, then make a cross with the third bead. So the next thing to do is to be putting your fishing line, your right fishing line, into the next bead, then and insert 2 bead on your left fishing line, then make a cross with the second bead. So the next thing to do is to insert your right fishing line into the next bead, then insert 2 bead on your left fishing line, then make a cross with the second bead. You will continue with this process till we get to the 14th rings on our second row of our beaded bag handle. We are on the 14th ring. So the next thing to do is to insert your fishing line into the last bead, then insert 2 bead on that same fishing line, then make a cross with the second bead. So that will be the end of our second row of our beaded bag handle. So the next thing to do, we are making use of three rows. So the next thing to do is to insert 3 bead on the fishing line that is facing up, then make a cross with the last bead, then insert your fishing line into the next bead, then insert 2 bead on your left fishing line, then make a cross with the second bead, and insert your fishing line. After that, insert your fishing line into the next bead, then insert 2 bead on your left fishing line and make a cross with the second bead. So we will continue with this process till we get to the 14th ring on our third row of our beaded bag handle. We are on the last ring. So the next thing to do is to insert 2 bead and make a cross with the second bead. So you are going to be doing the handle as you see me. You are going to be making it the way I'm doing it, like by forming the handle of the beaded bag, using that bead to form the handle of the beaded bag. So I'm going to be doing it as you see me doing. So the next thing to do after that, I'm going to insert 1 bead on that fishing line, then insert it into the first of the handle, then insert 1 bead and make a cross with the 1 bead. The next thing to do is to put your right fishing line into the next bead, your left fishing line into the next bead by your left side, then insert 1 bead, then make a cross with that same bead. So after that, you are going to be inserting your right fishing line into the fishing line into the next bead, your left fishing line into the next bead. Then we have 2 sides, right? You are going to be inserting 1 bead. So we are going to be continuing like that as you see me doing.